European leaders gathered in Brussels on Thursday for a crucial summit to discuss urgent issues to be resolved before the end of the year, including how to finance Ukraine from the beginning of 2026. Luxembourg Prime Minister Luc Frieden told Euronews Europe needs to unite to find a solution to continue support for Ukraine.
I think what matters is that we stay focused on our objective, and that is to provide Ukraine with necessary financial means to survive in this war, because it's a war against Ukraine. It's a war that jeopardizes everything that we have built up after the Second World War. Borders cannot be changed by force. And so we want to support Ukraine. And we are looking for the means to continue on a sustainable path to support Ukraine.
Belgium, which hosts the majority of the frozen Russian assets the EU hopes to mobilize to fund Ukraine, remains opposed to the so-called reparations loan that leaders hope to approve during the summit. Frieden said he is optimistic a solution will be reached.
I think we are moving into the right direction, but it will remain extremely complex. This is, as I said, from a legal point of view, this is extremely difficult because we don't want to do a confiscation of assets because we need to keep the rule of law. Financial stability also means that assets that are in Europe cannot be taken away by a political decision.
Frieden also stressed the importance of support for Belgium.
Of course, I mean, Belgium is a country that is used to many compromises, but this is a compromise among all of us. Europe is a group of 27 countries, and we need together to find solutions. It's about the future of our continent. It's about whether we want a continent where force decides on how the future is decided or whether it's in a peaceful manner. And we want a peaceful manner.
Fearing retaliation from Russia, Belgium has asked for ironclad guarantees from its European allies before it agrees to back the reparations loan.
Responding to a question from Euronews at the European Council summit in Brussels, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Europe's commitment to assist Ukraine in case of a future Russian attack cannot replace US security guarantees. Zelensky made the comment after European leaders vowed to protect Ukraine from Russia in the future, including by military means, at a meeting in Berlin on Monday.
Mr. President, the question is a follow-up also on the Berlin meeting. I would like to know how would you assess the progress in the diplomatic side of trying to find a settlement to end Russia's war in Ukraine, and if you also plan anytime soon the meeting with Donald Trump, and whether you think that the commitments that were voiced by the European leaders could actually replace Article 5 and NATO accession. Thank you.
Ми не вважаємо, що Європа повинна замінити Сполучені Штати Америки. І, безумовно, так само ставимось до гарантій безпеки Сполучених Штатів Америки, що буде Article 5-like, і нам не знадобиться європейська підтримка. Це різні речі. І як би Росія, які б сигнали не передавала, а ми їх розуміємо, що вони хотіли би виключити присутність європейців. Це не можна робити цього. Це різні речі. Це не значить, що Європа, якщо буде агресія знову Росії, що Європа зможе своєю присутністю так воювати з... Ніхто не каже про це. Присутність Європи зменшує шанси і відсоток агресії Російської Федерації.
Airport workers across Europe are staging strikes during the Christmas rush, demanding better pay and conditions. On Tuesday, ground staff, airline crew and air traffic controllers in Italy walked out for 4 hours at major airports, including Rome, Milan and Venice. In the UK, EasyJet ground crew at London Luton will strike from 19 to 22 December and again from Boxing Day until the 29th. SAS cabin crew at Heathrow are also walking out on 22 to 24 and 26th of December, affecting Scandinavian routes. Spain is experiencing regular Ryanair baggage handler walkouts at airports such as Barcelona, Madrid and Malaga until the end of December. Unions call it green-style behavior from low-paying employers during peak travel seasons.
After more than half a century, the Oscars will depart ABC and will begin streaming on YouTube. 2028 will be the last year that the US TV channel will broadcast the Academy Awards, making it the end of an era. Several media are calling it a seismic shift, but top representatives of the Academy said the shift of the show to YouTube will make it more accessible to a broader worldwide audience. They say the move will be beneficial to both Academy members as well as the film community. The Academy Awards will stream for free worldwide on YouTube. It will be available with audio tracks in several languages, in addition to closed captioning. YouTube will not only stream the award show itself, but will also include red carpet coverage, stream the Governor's Awards, and the Oscar nominations announcement.
Who are the heaviest drinkers in the EU? Alcohol consumption is associated with an increased risk of certain cancers, including liver and breast cancer. In 2023, annual alcohol consumption per capita reached an average of 8.5 liters of pure alcohol across OECD countries. 6 EU countries recorded consumptions below the average, with Greece reporting the lowest amount at 6.6 liters per capita. By contrast, Romania, Portugal and Latvia had the highest consumption, reaching over 11.5 liters annually. Over the past decade, most countries have seen a decrease in alcohol consumption. Between 2013 and 2023, Belgium and Lithuania reported the largest declines in alcohol consumption, with reductions of 2.5 liters or more. On the other hand, the largest increases were recorded in Portugal, Spain and Romania, where yearly alcohol consumption per capita rose by 2 liters or more over the same period. Across OECD countries, the share of 11-year-olds who drink alcohol increased slightly from 4 to 5% on average between 2018 and 2022. Out of 25 EU countries, there was a higher share of boys than girls reporting to being drunk more than once in their lives. To address underage drinking, many countries have adopted regulatory and preventive strategies aimed at limiting the availability of alcohol and restricting its marketing.
If you had to choose a timepiece which you would always put on again and again and again, that timeless watch, what would it be for you?
Oh, that I can't answer. That's very difficult.
Well, I'd absolutely take the RWC Portuguese Eternal Calendar that won last year, because that actually keeps going on forever. So that's the one, if you have one watch forever, that's the one you got to go for.
Do you have a favourite?
Of course. I know you're going to tell us.
Surely not. My favorite remains probably the first Finissimo we crafted, the Tourbillon manual winding. That's right back in 2014, so 11 years ago. And this is a very simple watch. You hardly understand that it's a very, very complex watch. So it's pretty low-key. At the same time, it's very rewarding because you know you have really a treasure on the wrist.
Maybe the 1518 from Patek Philippe, the one that sold for 17 million.
The best watch for me that I have today is the Gerald Charles Remastered Jumping Hour.
I would put on the Perpetual Calendar as a complication. I found it a very romantic complication that continues setting the time for years, decades and potentially centuries ahead.
I believe it would be the Happy Sport that I have designed over like almost 30 years ago.
That would be the Piaget Andy Warhol with the Tiger Eye dial. To me, it's the watch that really stands out, yet tells an amazing story, not only in American art history, if you like, but also in Swiss watchmaking from one of the very finest Piaget.
You're the only one on stage with the Monsignor at the time of his killing. And you're the only one at that church who hated his guts.
The spirit really moved him today, huh?
So tell me, what the hell happened?
Everyone thinks I did it. I didn't do it.
This goes way beyond normal police work. This is something you and I have not experienced.
I think you're phenomenal in this.
Did you know he would be phenomenal all the way along?
I hoped.
I prayed.
I prayed to God. No, I mean, because Daniel had actually brought Josh to my attention, and then Lucas showed me Challengers, and I was like, oh my God! But then I saw La Chimera, and then I delved into more of his work, and just I knew he was a really special actor, and so I had a suspicion. had a suspicion. Yeah.
A perfectly impossible crime.
This case is solvable, right?
Well, I'm incapable of not solving a crime. So you'll see. It's fun.
Yeah, we keep talking about it, but it was like summer camp. Like, it was truly, like, I don't know. It was such a joyous process. Like, to come back to something like that, I think sometimes, I don't know, movies aren't always like this. Correct. So to get to play, like you said, and to bounce off each other, to be excited every morning, like what performances were going to come in by all these people that we're just massive fans of. It was, I don't know, it was really needed for me, I think.
Impossible.
Makes me sick. These kids painting rocket ships all over his sacred resting place.